Hey, we're Team Alexander, and this is our story.
I started at the fire department about almost 8 years ago. We got married in 2013? 16. Basically, right after we got married in December, we started trying to have children.
And I knew that I was going to have issues. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, and the doctor said you'd have a slim to none chance of ever having a baby. And we went through 2 years of failed fertility treatments. We went all the way up to IVF, but we never did IVF. So that was really devastating for us to have to go through that, and just again in the waiting, like, why can't we have a family? Like, this is so hard. Everybody else gets to have families. But I kind of am like, hey God, I don't really make New Year's resolutions. Maybe 2023, we can have a family.
I worked January 1st, so normal day, and around 3 o'clock in the morning, the baby box alarm goes off. I open the back of the box and I slide it out, and Zoe's in there just staring up at the sky. So I pick her up and go rush back into the station. She was starting to cry, and as soon as we locked eyes, she stopped crying. And we didn't break eye contact until I had to give her to the nurses to take care of in the child's ER. The doctor came out and met us. I asked him to speak to him on the side, and I told him, sir, me and my wife are completely through all of our classes that required class for DCF. We're eligible to adopt. If possible, I would really like the opportunity to adopt her. And he goes, okay, here's a piece of paper. Write down exactly what you told me.
I got a phone call from Advent Health's case manager who works with the babies, and she goes, hey, it looks like you're probably going to be able to take her home today. And I was like, today? And she's like, yeah, you need a couple of things. And I was like, okay, what do we need? So I started making a list, and as soon as we hung up the phone, I called Vince and was like, Vince, go to the store. We need a bassinet, we need diapers, we need wipes, we need a car seat, we need this, and this, a couple outfits because we might take her home today. Okay, I'm on my way. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I took the day off because I was like, no, I gotta stay home. I can't go to work today. 9 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call from our attorney, and she said, I'm sending over the paperwork now. I'll let you know when you can go pick her up. So I had our little car seat, and I'm in the waiting room of the NICU. So after the paperwork came through, the nurse came immediately right out and got me and said, okay, you ready to come back? And I mean, I was trembling. I was so nervous. It was like a first date nervous. Like, I was just like so nervous to meet her. Like, what if she doesn't like me? So I sat down, and she handed her to me, and I just absolutely lost it. So that was the first time that I got to see her and hold her. And she woke up, and those big eyes, she just was kind of like looking around, and she looked it right at me, and she did like a little grin, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. That night I didn't get a wink of sleep, only because I was constantly checking on her and making sure she was okay, and just looking at her and thanking God for giving us this opportunity. That's the only thing that I could do the entire night, was just sit there and look at her and thank God for her.
The law for the safe haven is that the mother would have 30 days to come claim Zoe back. For 30 days, we were kind of just praying that whatever God wanted to happen, He would do, and pray that her birth mom, is taken care of and okay, and thanking Him every day for giving us this gift. And then after that 30 days, we kind of followed along with the rest of the procedure of looking for the father, seeing if there was a father. That kind of surfaced. There still was no birth certificate, no social security numbers, cards, or anything like that. We were waiting for this final step to have our names at the parents' part.
So when they said we could do it on the 19th, we were like, absolutely, let's do it.
You are her legal parents.
So we had a really great church that we loved in our old community, and we hadn't found anything that we really felt like we were at home here. So when Sheree invited me to Church of Hope, I was like, Vince, you have to come with me to this church. It feels like home. And then I don't think it was Easter.
I was Easter my first time.
Yeah, but I don't think it was Easter that we got to meet Pastor Mark. So I think it was a couple services after, and that's when we got to hear how he had his hand in making this happen too,
Yes.
which was incredible. And learning how Church of Hope had a hand in the baby box and dedicating the baby box and praying over it. And it was just really special to me when I learned that I had already chosen Church of Hope to be my home church. So that just kind of solidified it for us that we are supposed to be here, obviously. God led us to Zoe and Church of Hope.
Yep.
In the same, almost in the same, meeting. But that was really cool too, to just learn all of that.
Even when we first brought her home, we knew that we wanted to share her story. For one, her birth mother to know that she's okay. For two, to show all the great things God does every day, and to show how grateful we are, and also to raise awareness for the baby box and options for mothers and things like that. We wanted to give people hope who were going through infertility and have had failed infertilities like we've had, and failed adoptions, and to not lose hope, because during our journey there was times where we'd lost hope. I mean, it's hard to sit there and pray every night, crying yourself to sleep because something didn't work. And so by being able to tell her story, we kind of just we hoped that we could help others and just raise awareness and give hope to other families and other people.
She's 8 months old now, and it's hard to not get emotional about how God has done this for us. It's really hard to hold back the tears sometimes when we talk about it. Even when we talk to ourselves about it, it's just sometimes we just are still teary-eyed because we're so grateful. We are so grateful.